Okay, here we are at 6717 Grovebelle Drive in Dayton, Ohio. This is the Huber Heights School District. And this is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, basically one half of a double duplex. So you have one half on this side and then the other half on that side. Good size overall. I think it's 1,188 square feet. It is in the Bell Fountain Meadows HOA, which is basically 170 a year. Don't really get much for it other than the common areas, mowing, maintenance. This is the street view, basically the neighborhood. Nice quiet little neighborhood, close to the military base, pretty much close to a lot of things. You have good access to highways and that kind of stuff. So we'll just kind of go around the outside. So it looks like the garage door was recently glossed over with paint. Looks like a gloss, shiny gloss on the black. So it definitely sticks out with basically vinyl siding and then brick on the lower level. Driveway looks good. Driveway doesn't have any cracking that I can actually see. Shrubs are a little bit big on this side. They're a little bit lower on that side. They can be trimmed pretty easily. Siding's mostly good. It's just a little dirty. Soffits are pretty good. Look like they're all in good shape. Roof is as of 2020, so very new. There's the HVAC unit. So this is a 2001 build, and that HVAC is definitely original. It actually even somehow looks older than 2001, but I'm sure it's still working. Windows look pretty good. No, like the seals don't look to be broken. They're a little dirty. You have some rubber spots here that are lifting up a little bit, but that's easy fixes, nothing major. This is the backyard, so it's not fenced. You do take care of the mowing yourself. You have some utility boxes here. Neighbor has a fence over there, so you can put up a fence. The vinyl siding all looks good. There's your crawl space access. Do have a water spout spigot on the back side. So this is basically the walk down. It's a little bit of a steep step here, so kind of looks like a little bit of a safety issue, but not too bad, and it's fixable. And it looks like they might have replaced the board. Something definitely was going on with this board here, so looks like it might have been a newly placed board. What's probably been happening, water's getting trapped in there, and then it was going underneath it, and then probably rotting it, getting water down there is going to rot the wood. So it's probably what you're seeing. So all the soffits again look good up there. There's no trees around the house, so that actually is, a good thing for not having to worry about the maintenance. You do have basically a little, it looks like something hit it here on the vinyl siding. Vinyl siding can be replaced fairly cheap. The problem is getting it to match the colors. Looks like they probably had a cover. You have some holes here, so you probably had a cover over this crawl space access, which is good to keep the water from actually going in there when it rains, but it looks like it was taken off, and then the holes are there. So then you probably have some, so this is also vinyl. This is like almost like a composite plastic looking thing. It looks like wood trim, but it's not, it's vinyl. And what's typical of vinyl, it's not as durable as wood, especially if you hit it with a lawnmower or a weed whacker, which is typically what this is. Weed whacker hitting it and just taking chunks out of it. This is not good here, so you basically have a downspout from the roof, obviously, collecting all the water and then the water is basically going to pool up right around here because there's basically a slope. Can't really see it, but there's a slight slope down and a slight slope down here and down here. So basically the water coming out of this is going to actually pool up all down here when it rains. And that's probably why you see this sunken so much right here, because it's actually digging away at the dirt, eroding it a little bit. So yeah, any water that's going to come from the rain from the roof all the way up is going to come right on down here and then pool up even at the lowest spot, which is basically right around here. So this is going to be a swimming pool every time it rains. The fix to that basically, and there is a good elevation difference from here on this side to down here. So it slopes down into the house, which is not a good thing. You want it to slope away from the house so it doesn't damage the foundation or get into the crawl space potentially, which is probably what's happening there. And so what you would want to do is basically dig, either you're going to build up the ground here to make it slope out, which you really can't do because you don't have a lot of room. You never want the ground to actually meet above the cinder block. Actually, it's probably a little too high now, but the reason is because bugs and termites and stuff will get into the siding here and then actually eat up all the wood on the inside. You want to have a gap between any kind of surface of the exterior, not talking about the foundation like this, because you don't want them to have the ants and insects and termites and that kind of stuff have easy access up into it. So you want to actually have a little bit deeper, I think, gap between the vinyl and then the ground. But it's okay. So that really you can't really build this up. So what you would have to do is have to dig a trench, connect it, and then run it out to a lower area somewhere else. And that would be pretty much a long trench because all this ground, pretty much all out here, kind of slopes down and inward into this area. So you almost would have to do like a French drain type setup or connect it to somewhere outside or much further away, and hopefully the yard will collect it more and not have to worry about it coming back into the foundation. So but that's really, it's fixable. I wouldn't say that's a major thing, but it is something that needs to be tended to. And definitely the piping here. So you have the same issue actually with this downspout. So all the water is going to pull up against the foundation. You really want these to go away from the foundation. And so basically you're going to have to dig trenches pretty far into the yard, and then hopefully it pools out there and not come back. Here though, actually you could probably have it go down here, dig a trench to the front, because the front actually does slope down to the road pretty well. So yep, that would be it. Nice roof. And okay, so then this is a nice little front yard. Looks like it's pretty much mirrors each other on the other side. Nice little front porch area. All the concrete looks good. Concrete looks really good. Usually you see some cracking by now, but it looks really good. So you actually have a good amount of space here to kind of sit out and enjoy the weather, or even if it's raining, just kind of watch. So this actually has a downspout that goes down somewhere. I wonder where that actually goes. It's probably to the city stormwater drain out there. So you can almost do the same thing with those other ones. It would just have to be a long trench, which isn't too easy. I mean, it's easy to do. It's not too cheap though. You're talking probably I'd say $2,000 to $3,000 to connect it all to where it basically goes to the street, instead of pulling up around the foundation. But anyway, overall nice home. It really is. I know I spent a lot of time talking about the drainage, but that really is the only thing that I saw that was kind of an issue. There is an issue here. The siding's coming down a little bit. It is easy to fix that. Who fixed that? I don't know. It's probably going to be between you know, the neighbor there. It looks like it's more on their side, probably their fix to do. Sometimes neighbors will go halvesies into it just to fix it if one side really doesn't like the look of it or something. But anyway, overall, it really is a nice home. And you know, the water thing is fixable, not a major issue at all, in my opinion, in my estimation, only a couple of thousand. Definitely get, like I always recommend, get your inspection, get your inspection estimates and that kind of stuff, and then, you know, shop around, find the best deals. So, but anyway, this is Howie with Home Experts Realty, Team Next. And as always, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Ask me about anything. If you want to see anything anywhere in Ohio, I'll definitely hook you up, and we can actually hook up pretty much any state with our affiliate network. So, but that would be it. Howie with Home Experts Realty, Team Next, signing off. Take care.